Welcome to Slut in Training, hosted by Missy Greenberg.
Jordan Carlson.
Tanya Ross.
All right.
Girls?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
So good to see
You
you
all
both.
look so hot.
Well, we dressed up for our next hot guest.
Yeah,
so.
she's so hot too.
I know.
Welcome everyone to the Slut in Training podcast. Okay, so are you guys ready for the word? The word
We're always
of the
fucking
episode.
ready.
All right.
Go for it.
It's in theme with the episode. I really tried. It's called Denim Daddy.
Denim Daddy. Do you get spanked with denim?
That's
Or
a great
you ride
idea.
on Daddy?
I kind of like that definition more.
Does he have like a denim Speedo on?
He might.
What?
A
Speedo?
denim Speedo? Ew.
I think my definition's actually better if that's...
No, it's
Okay.
not correct, but it's
closer?
you're in the realm. Okay, so
denim.
it is generally a mustached man who often
Ew.
wears
Ew.
garments that are mostly denim during sex,
Ew.
whilst having sex.
This is a word you found?
Yeah, it's a denim daddy.
It's not dirty.
It's not denim Daddy. I like mine. Slap. You get spanked with denim and then you ride Daddy.
you
I
go
know,
tell
it's
the person
Speedo.
that wrote denim daddy.
We're redefining
that-
it in Urban
that
Dictionary.
You're more than
Was
welcome.
it a reliable
Denim daddy.
source?
It was Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
I'm going to re-enter that.
Denim daddy.
All right. Well, that was
Denim
unthrilling.
Whatever.
Sleepy. We need dirtier
night.
next time.
Denim
Jordan,
daddy.
dirtier.
Denim
All
daddy.
right, let's move on to our fantastic guest who is not a denim daddy. Let me introduce you. Our next guest didn't attend design school or work in a fashion house. Instead, she carved out her path as an entrepreneur. In 2018, Janet, with her avant-garde vision, created Janet Mandell, an innovative way to experience the world of high fashion with showrooms in Chicago, LA, and New York. Janet, welcome. Thanks for coming into our show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
So
you
happy
look
you're here.
gorgeous.
Thank you. You all are gorgeous too. And Missy, I love your outfit. I've never seen you so
I
sexy.
know. Girl, new chapter.
Turning me on.
I try to turn on all our guests.
Chapter.
Yeah. Jen and I go back to like the beginning of when you started Janet Mandell through a mutual friend.
Correct.
Was it your fashion show that you kind of
Yeah, we
launched
had.
Janet
Yeah,
Mandell?
yes. Actually, the fashion. There were so many people at the fashion show that I didn't know because everybody brought guests. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
really nice to meet people and put names on faces and etc. So that was a nice event.
It was a great event, yeah, and that kind of kicked off your whole adventure into fashion. So
Correct.
we're excited to have you.
Thank you so much.
At Sluts, we like to ask the guest to define slut. What is your definition of a slut?
Okay, so to me, a slut means like it has such a different variety of meaning to me. You could be flirtatious and slutty, and that it can be done with your friends, or if you're talking slutty and dirty with a guy that you just met, or a friend that you kind of like that maybe would venture into something sluttier. So I take slut as like a more of a fun terminology. More than a demeaning terminology. There's like other words you can use that are way more not inappropriate. But I think slut is kind of a cute way of describing sexuality. And, you can be a slut and not have sex. You could be a slut and have sex. You could be extremely verbal and be slutty. So I think there's different ways of describing the word slut.
Yeah.
I love that because, I mean, my friends and I call each other slut, and it's like
All
a
the
fun
time.
thing, you know?
It's a compliment.
I love it.
Yeah.
Please.
That's
Please
great.
call me.
Thank you.
It's flirty,
Yeah.
more so than derogatory.
Well, to kick this off, Janet, why don't you tell us kind of your journey of how you got started in fashion? I mean, even I don't know much about your background and how that came to be. And you've evolved into something that's quite phenomenal. And I'm very proud of you. And
Oh, you're so
it's
sweet.
awesome
Thank
to
you.
see you grow from when you first started launching that fashion show to now with 3 showrooms in 3 different cities and dressing people at the Oscars. So
My journey started in business prior to Janet Mandell. My dad was a businessman. He always innovative, pushing, and persistency sort of led him to be extremely successful at one point. And so I learned a lot from him. I've always loved fashion, but I don't think that's the reason I actually started the business. The real story is my husband was ex-husband, but I don't know what he is, but back then he was my husband. And we started this business after he left his family business. So he wanted to start a journey together since we had kids and they were growing and he wasn't working, I wasn't working. He just one day asked me on the couch, what can we do as a family business? Let's start our own. And so just an idea clicked in my head. And again, these things happen in my head, just an idea.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was like, maybe we could just rent clothes for people. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, my girlfriends come here, rent clothes all the time, or they borrow or whatever you call it. And he's like, I think it's a great idea. So we just decided to open up a showroom in Chicago and see how it goes. That led to opening LA. And then recently that led to opening New York. I will say, I think Chicago and LA was a lot more easier and smoother. We had a network. We had a foundation of clients. I knew a lot of people in Chicago. LA was predominantly celebrity stylists. So like, they all sort of swarm to your business if there's a new rental company on the market. I think my expertise is curation. I know how to curate clothing. I know how to curate fashion, for people to rent or want to buy. So that's really, people say you stick to what you're good at and outsource everything else.
Yeah. I think you're right, Janet. I mean, these girls haven't been to any of your showrooms, right?
No.
I've been to Chicago in different forms of the showrooms in Chicago. She has the most beautiful pieces, dresses, tops, bottoms, handbags, jewelry, shoes. It is like every woman's
It's
fantasy
a one-stop shop.
times a million. When you decide to pick pieces for the showroom, it's all an investment, right? So like every piece feels like you have to have a return on each piece. So do you go to fashion shows or fashion week every year to kind of figure out what's on trend, or how do you make those decisions?
Because we're curators in my industry, in the rental space, it's very different than the retail space.
Yes.
Retail space, you have to keep circulating new items that's within that year, right? So like, you have to make sure that you have spring available before spring hits the following year, just like fall. So they go on spring, fall resort sort of schedule. Okay. We are very different. We focus more on archival, which could be 10 years. Within 10 years, we focus on new. We focus on one of a kind, but we also focus mostly on vintage because that's what makes us money and that's what's hot right now. Every fashionista that's either model, celebrity, socialite, especially in New York and LA. This doesn't happen in Chicago, unfortunately. It's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
They're like 10 years behind. When it comes to fashion. So, these two cities, they're coming to us knowing that we have the best vintage pieces or the best archival pieces.
That's interesting.
So that's really important to understand because when you're renting something out, people either want to wear something they were never going to buy, but they also want to wear something that's outrageous, one of a kind, that that's not black, that is going to make them stand out. And, most of all, feel confident. Because if you're not confident in what you're wearing and somebody forced you to wear that, you're not going to be comfortable. So that's why we train our stylists to inform clients like, hey, you're not going to own this. Although some people want to buy everything they rent, you are going to just wear this once. So take the risk. If you don't take the risk, how are you going to know whether you like it or not? You may like it once you put it on, and that's what people do. Oh no, that's not for me. But then once they put it on, it's a whole different. It's like
I can only imagine.
It's a different feeling. That's really what we focus on is each client we know that spends the dollar. We think about this client would love this. This client would love, oh, that client would love that too. So you really need to think about, when you're buying, is that an investment and is that going to be a good ROI?
Yeah.
And at first, vintage, I mean, Kim Kardashian started wearing it and I started buying it because I'm like, okay, she's a fashion forecaster. She sets the trend.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants vintage. Everybody that's on red carpet. I mean, that's all they look for.
It's kind of like the Real, except you give them rental revenue.
You said something about confidence. So I want to know, how do you think fashion influences sex in our society and confidence, really?
You could be confident, and I say this all the time. It depends on the individual. You could be confident without showing skin. Okay. Confidence doesn't come within your body. It comes within your mental state, right? So you could be confident in something that you love and you look good in. You could be confident in showing skin, but you could be confident wearing workout clothes. I mean, it all really depends on the way you express confidence. It has to do with what you're wearing, but it really is your body language. Some people are not confident. You can tell that right away. They're fidgety. They're kind of shrugged without like they're not poised. And women like that come in, we have to sort of hold their hand. I said this one time and this client got really upset. She was not confident. She was going to be the center of like the host of this big ball that was happening in her in Hinsdale or something. She was complaining about her weight. She said she has to stop drinking 2 weeks before. She wanted something that we didn't have, but the dress that she found, she wanted it more sexier. So, we sort of cut the slip to make sure that her legs showed more, opened up the chest area a little. And, she was happy with the dress. And so she kept complaining about, how am I going to lose weight? So I told her, I said, listen, I'm going to give you a word of advice. Couple things. I think you should cut alcohol to the minimum because she's a wine drinker. There's a lot of sugar 2 weeks before. Like maybe drink champagne or vodka if you have to, but cut the wine because she's like a bottle a day drinker, she said. She loves carbs. She loves sugar. That's what she eats. She wasn't obese, but she had a stomach that she could probably lose in 2 weeks if she knew how to eat and prep yourself. I don't know if she took that very well or not. I thought she did. But then she came back and was like, to pick up the dress. I guess I wasn't there, but she was offended that I told her how to prep herself. Anyways, this lady was just not a confident person. There's nothing you can do. Until she takes Ozempic, I don't think, she's going to be confident at all.
The fashion wouldn't even make...
The fashion would not.
Because it makes me feel better.
Yeah. So I think confidence, it starts here. And then if somebody can help you and coach you through what you're wearing, that helps. But it really is from the third party. Like if you're going to an event and everybody's like, I love your dress. You look so beautiful. There it is.
Yeah.
But people need validation, even from people they don't know.
Yeah.
They're just insecure, right? So that just sort of elevates their mind. So now they're like, I'm coming to you to get dressed for an event because I now know that you can seal the deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people need that.
Yeah.
And some people that come in for an hour, they have an hour, they're done in 15 minutes because they can care less. They're like, you know what? This beautiful dress fits me. I don't have the time. I'm fine with it. I'm happy with it. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. So Janet, what's the hottest like outfit or silhouette that generally looks good on people that you found?
I think a very sexy A-line short mini skirt is great. I always think like a cinch waist is, it's flirty. Anything that's like halter top or one shoulder is really great. But I also think that anything that like really sucks you in, that material, but people are sort of gravitating towards against it, or anything that's stretchy, anything that gives you give. it also depends on the body type. Some people are taller, some people are shorter, some people are wider. So it really, or petite. But overall, anything that has stretch or kind of sucks you in a little
entire dress.
It's form fitting for everybody. So I say form fitting. Unless you're super tall model that's 6 feet or 5'11", you can wear a silhouette dress that's like more silk and just free flowing. I look horrible in
I do
those
not. Yeah, that is not.
Is there a fabric or a color that is sexy in theory, but an absolute nightmare in the bedroom? Like leather, for instance, leather pants would be hard for me to take off.
I think vinyl's hard too. It's sticky.
When you're sweating,
it's not good.
Stuck on your ass.
I would say the other sequins, it gets caught in hair.
Oh yeah, true.
Annoying.
It does. It's annoying unless you have a hair up. But I just, I like to be in a dress where like it's easy to take off. And it's one and done. Not like you have to pull things out.
That's what
anything that has a zipper and it falls right off.
One and done.
Yes.
One and done.
No
Into the bed.
turtleneck. Like a halter dress or a spaghetti strap dress or one shoulder. You take it off with the zipper and it slips right off. Men like to be visual. So they like to see that whole I've had cute sexy lingerie and sometimes people are like, it's going to come off anyways. So it's a visual thing for men.
Do you rent lingerie?
No.
Oh, I was like, I didn't know.
I would do really well if I could.
I know. What's a fashion trend that should never, ever be used in foreplay?
Jumpsuits and romper.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Unless you want to make a hole. Or unless, like,
an extra
you know how you have bodysuits and it snaps off?
Okay, so
I have bodysuits that I need to redo because I can't wear it like if I was going on a date. Like, who's going to unzip me and I have to take the whole thing down to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
No, like bodysuits and rompers are the worst.
Yeah.
Unless it's shorts and it has some like room and you can,
easy access.
Any tight bodysuit that you're going to wear. I have this Tom Ford beautiful sequence one and it's a disaster. You can't, you need a friend to like go to the bathroom with.
Yeah.
It's like a process.
Can you imagine? Like it's not good in the bedroom.
No.
Okay.
It would be terrible in the. I mean, obviously, fashion and sex go hand in hand, but I'm going to pivot here for a second, Janet.
Sure.
Tell us about your journey of your business with your partner and CEO and husband when you launched Janet Mandell and how it's affected your relationship and go from there.
Well, I think sex was a very important role in our relationship to begin with because we were, we were casually dating, and I have to be honest, like I think he won my heart because our sex life was so good. Like it was unreal. I've never had that kind of sex before.
Damn.
So that led to a very
you struck gold early on.
Yeah, it was like really early on. We dated casually for 9 months, but we had the best sex. And we are both, this is what's so great, is that we're both very sexually active and love sex. So that was a major connection, I think. Like when you have sex with somebody, you kind of know, like if that's the right partner or not, right? Like it's just the chemistry, right?
Yep.
So we had instant chemistry. We didn't even have instant chemistry when we first met. It was just like when we got to that point, it was so amazing. And people say like, oh, you shouldn't have sex on the first or second date. I said, fuck that. I need to have this guy.
Who says that?
And you married him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I need to know if this is going to be good or not. Because if it's not, I'm not interested.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to wait to have sex with somebody 2 weeks and it's bad. No, forget it.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. And then that continued to progress. But, our relationship was really not because we weren't sexually attracted or because we didn't have amazing sex. I think most people that are together forget that sometimes if you can think about how amazing your relationship is, but also don't forget I needed a change in order for something better to happen. Like sometimes when you're stuck in this rut,
Yes.
just like a business, if you can't progress, you need to find and pivot in order to make some change or grow or not. And that's how I really thought about our relationship. Now we're sort of, I don't know what you call it. Maybe my boyfriend. It's really hard to explain. We're not married again or thinking closely to getting married again, but we're best friends, which we didn't have when we were married.
Yeah.
The sex is insane, off the roof, like every day almost.
Amazing.
So jealous.
I hope my daughter doesn't hear
jealous.
that. Our business is surviving.
Yeah.
Is doing well.
I do think not every marriage should work in a very conventional way. And if you can find something that works as a couple that's unconventional and it works for your family, then go for it.
Every relationship is different. And
So
you guys, relationship is hard, especially with kids.
Hard.
It doesn't matter if it's,
I don't have kids, so it's interesting to
children.
But I do think you're right,
But
Janet,
it doesn't matter if it's a marriage, a business relationship, friendship. It's hard.
It's so
You're dealing with people is hard because you're expecting them to be you, but they're not you.
Right.
Yeah.
So you really have to adapt to each person's personality and the way they think, and that's hard. If you don't have a patient personality and an understanding personality, you can't deal with people. It's hard to deal with people. So I think for me, I had to make a decision to be the person to say, we need change. This is what needs to happen. I think deep down, we still were very much in love, but we were just stuck in this hurdle where we couldn't get past it. Nothing worked. Conversation didn't work. Therapy didn't work. And I think now we're thinking, wow, I think the reason it works is because one person decided to let their ego down. One person decided to make the change. And usually it's always women, men just, they say that men don't, the percentage of men filing for divorce is low.
Right.
They're just in their comfort zone. They're so used to doing the same thing all the time. To them, it's not boring. It's just normal. That's what it is. So for us, it just worked. It worked. And I hope to God for our kids' sake that it will continue to work. But I think they were really the reason we decided to work this out. So now my kids don't know what the difference between divorce and me still being here because nothing's changed for them. They don't
have a great
they don't
relationship.
understand.
Exactly. It's a relationship. So you've just, like you said, you work really fast and you're not afraid of change. So being able to just be the one to make that choice and decide that we're changing things, we're moving to this different.
You're pivoting.
Space. Where we're not sure. You're pivoting.
You're constantly pivoting, especially with children. Like you just have to.
We're pivoting.
And I think it's important, regardless of what you have title you call it, it's like the kids see you happy. And at the end of the day, that's really all that matters.
There's so many different ways of loving and being in a relationship, and it shouldn't be judged as long as people are happy.
100%.
But you get those like different groups that are catty. I mean, that's going to happen anywhere. But whatever. I always try to give anybody that I'm with, even when I was in different relationships, I don't want you to feel like you're tied down to me because you feel bad. Like I'm a grown ass woman.
Right.
I'm confident that I could find somebody else. But if you don't want to be with me, please don't try to do me a favor.
I don't want you.
Because I could read that shit a mile a minute when somebody doesn't want to be with me. So, just be very forthcoming and honest. That's my number one forte when it comes to any relationship.
We start by wrapping it up with our guest using the word of the episode of the day in a sentence. So I have the lovely denim daddy for you to use in the context of your own work.
Do you want a reminder of that
Yeah,
definition?
do you need a reminder?
I think my definition is better than her definition.
Well, you remind her of your definition then, by all means.
Denim slappy. I don't know what.
Denim slappy. It was denim daddy.
Denim daddy.
Okay.
Give her
So
your
your terminology is denim slapping.
Yeah, denim slapping. There we go.
Okay. Denim sucking?
You can rephrase it.
Yeah, sure.
I like denim sucking.
Denim sucking.
I think that's better.
That's better. We've got a new Urban Dictionary.
Denim sucking. I feel like, Janet, now you have to go and add it.
Yeah, now you have to use it in a sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. I would be into denim sucking any time of the day because I love to suck.
Oh my God.
I'm not good with sentences. I'm just letting you know.
You have strong jaw muscles.
No, TMJ.
It does contour your jawline.
It definitely helps.
Oh, okay. The muscles work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Janet, it was so lovely to have you. Would you?
Oh, thank you.
Would you do us an honor and just give our listeners and us an advice that you would have given your younger self regarding relationships?
So I've been in long-term relationships most of my life, but I think one thing that I did learn, and I didn't take that advice seriously in my own relationships, but I think you need to learn to listen and be patient. I was a horrible listener. And I'm Korean, and Missy knows. Koreans are like, they are just like fireballs.
What are you talking about?
That's great advice. Thanks.
Yeah.
Janet, we loved having you here.
Thank you
the
for
girls
having
were
me.
looking forward to meeting you, but you're amazing. And the success of your business is also amazing to watch and follow. Thank you for sharing a little of your, intimate life. I think it's inspiring for people who aren't brave enough to either explore it or take it down that avenue. But how can our sluts find you on social media?
Oh, it's just my name, Janet Mandell.
Well, sluts, follow, subscribe for more slutty moments. And we have to say sluts out.
Sluts out.
Sluts
Let's out. Thank you, guys.
Janet.